Hi, so I wanted to walk you through programming challenge number 2. The first programming challenge that we worked on this week was getting our database set up, hosting parse server on a Node JS module on Heroku, and then hosting a dashboard on our localhost server that connects with the parse server and database that we have to give us this nice interface right here. But the programming challenge that then came up, which is our second programming challenge, is on how to structure the database. And this was really important because we noticed that the free Heroku package that we get only has 500 megabytes of data. So anything above that costs a lot more money. And storage is always going to be an issue for apps like Piecemeal, which have a lot of images in them. There were two ways we could do things. The first way was whenever we have any sort of image pertaining to like a dish, a restaurant, a user, then we store that image in as many places as we could possibly have to access it. And the issue with that became that we're essentially storing the image 3 or 4 times. So if you think about it this way, let's say that with a dish, we want to display the image of the restaurant in the same cell, and we also have a restaurant's data table in which we're storing the restaurant image. That would mean that the restaurant image would have to be stored in the restaurant class and the dish class. So basically, the 10 megabyte image that we have is taking up 20 megabytes in our database. So this essentially could cause us problem for storage, and if we cut down on this, we could potentially save storage by 2 to 3x. So the solution that we came up to this is that in our database we made a separate image column or image table, and basically this image class definition that we have right here has a field called img, which is the actual file of the image. But the way that it works is that in the dishes class we can basically have a pointer to this image class. So let's say that I have an image of a restaurant that I want to store both in a that I want to have access to both in a dish object and a restaurant object. Then instead of storing it within those objects locally, we store it in an image object right here, and then we have pointers in the dish and the restaurant objects that go to this image class. And that way, we do compromise a little bit on time, but at the same time, we're only storing each image once, which is making sure that we're using a lot less data. So that was basically programming challenge number 2.